Off, congratulations to Clemson. Hard fought game. Obviously it's a game that had a couple of extreme momentum swings that showed up throughout it. Really proud of our guys for how they fought. They basically take the 2 minutes on both sides of halftime. Those were kind of devastating in some of the results of what occurred. A turnover obviously led to a quick touchdown. The kick return coming out of half, quick touchdown, and then obviously being aggressive, trying to provide a spark. We didn't get a fake punt and led to another short field. With that, I mean, just the things that we were executing well, just had a couple of mishaps, and it was a big swing in the game. I thought our guys continued to battle. We had some missed opportunities throughout, but they fought to the end, and I fully believed as we were playing that we would find a way to get back in, to be able to put ourselves in a position, and our guys did that. But unfortunately, we didn't make enough plays to be able to finish the job. Got to give credit to Clemson. I mean, they did a good job. They had 100% ball security. We had the one turnover. Had some drives that stalled out on fourth downs. Had some missed opportunities on both sides. But our guys, I mean, they do battle, and they believe in what we're going to be able to do throughout the course of the game. We just got to clean up some of the mistakes that are showing up that are costing us in those critical moments. But proud of the way our guys fight. But we've got to, when you're playing good football teams, and that's what we've faced the last 3 weeks. We faced really good teams, and and it's going to usually come down to a handful of plays. And tonight you can go pick a wide variety of single plays that dictated the outcome of the game. And the heart of our team showed up, but we've got to make sure that we're more consistent throughout. And just capitalizing on those moments.
All right, first question will be Ira to your right.
In the second half, the defense gave you guys chances to come back, but there was a stretch there where they were really struggling. Was Clemson winning offensively that you guys didn't expect, or were you guys just not making plays?
I mean, we had there was. You got to give credit to them. I mean, they tried to implement some things in the game plan. They do a good job with their quarterback and the quarterback run game. And creating extra hat. One is a really good football player. I mean, he ran hard. I got a lot of respect for him and the way that he battled throughout the course of the night. We had a couple mistakes that showed up on things that just with all the right intentions and things that we worked just for whatever reason in the moment. We weren't able to go out there and either make the play or we had a miscommunication in what we were doing in the moment. And those are things that are correctable. Those are things that we need to get fixed. But you got to give credit to them and the job that they did. They were efficient in what they did and how they played.
All right, over to your left to Brendan.
Mike, this is 3 games in a row where big opening drive in the second half has resulted in the score. It's been obviously different ways. Just say how devastating, how difficult can that be momentum-wise, and then just for you guys to get back into the game when that's happening?
I mean, those times around halftime are critical. We talk about it. It's huge, and to start off with the short field, our kickoff coverage unit has been phenomenal this year, and got to give credit to them. They were able to create a seam. We had a chance there, and they're early, but when they sparked the big return, that put them in great field position. They came out and hit the special on the next play, and that was a quick score. And so for us, we've got to make sure that as we come in, I think you saw as the second half unfolded. I mean, our guys did well with adjustments, but coming out of halftime, we can't. We've got to come out and start fast, and we've got a special teams mistake and that led to a short field and a quick drive for them.
A few rows down for us on.
Yeah, Coach, coming in, you're playing it without Trace on board and playing a team that had allowed 62.5, yards per game rushing. What did you guys do to kick that start the running game?
I thought our guys did a good job. I liked the game plan coming in, just in what we knew that you had to try to maintain some balance. I mean, it's a very, very talented defensive front. It's one of the best you'll see in the country. But our guys, they fought up front. I mean, we had, there was some challenges still presented themselves, but I thought our guys, the backs, really worked hard. I mean, Jordan was able to make himself a factor in the run game as well. But we were able to create some seams, and you guys took advantage of that. And I thought it was big for the offense. There's still some times where we had some negative plays that things that were correctable, and but our guys worked really hard, and ultimately we're able to go and execute in the run game at a pretty high level, and against a really good defensive front.
All right, we'll go down to the front row for Matt.
Mike, you touched on it in your opening statement, but obviously 3 really good teams you faced, 3 close losses. What in your mind is separating you guys from where those programs are right now?
It's just, the consistency, some of the things that experience-wise, our guys, and I just told the team, I mean, it's like, I know their heart. I know their belief. I know their work, and that's what ultimately I respect this team because of the way that they work and the way that they go about it. How much they care, and they want it so bad. But there's times that are showing up throughout the course of games when we're having a momentary issue that shows up, and it's just the consistency of that play. You see the flashes, you see the sparks, you see all those things that are showing up, big picture. But just the play in, play out consistency. You can't have those critical errors, those big mistakes that show up. I mean, in games like this, and you go through. I mean, the last 3. I mean, I think you play in teams that are very experienced. You look at that defensive front. I mean, that's a very experienced group. You look at these teams that they're playing at a high level. I think we got 1 takeaway in the last 3 games. I mean, that's tough to go against, but you got to give credit to those teams. Is they're owning the ball, they're doing a good job in the things that they can control. And then if we have a mishap, whether it's whatever, offense, defense, special teams, it's just for us to overcome that. We got like I said, we got some new faces, we got young guys, we got guys that are battling injuries, and that's all part of the game. But it's just the ultimate consistency for 60 minutes of going and playing the way that we're capable. And I do believe we're so very close, and and the thing that I'm proud of is I'm proud that you see a football team, and whatever the circumstances have been over the last 3, I mean, they just fight. They fight for improvement. They fight to get better. They fight to compete till the end. And but ultimately we've got to finish, and we got to make those plays to go win those games. And there's no such thing as a moral victory or any of that crap. I mean, it's not. But what I do respect. I respect their hearts. I respect what they do, and I respect the work that's going into it. But we got to apply those lessons for 60 minutes whenever we get on that field. And some of those same issues showed up, whether it's a communication issue or an alignment, with all the right intentions, like these guys, but have to be better when it comes to that.
Go back to the right for Ira.
To run for over 200 yards against that defense, and put up 460 yards of offense, is that more encouraging, or is that more frustrating that you guys didn't take advantage of the opportunity?
It's frustrating. I believe in this team. I believe in the players I coach. I mean, they're a talented group, and it's frustrating that you see the ability, and then not to finish it. And, we got down to inside the 5-yard line. Weren't able to score. We had had a turnover that was costly. We had 2 times that were pushing on the positive side of the field, that, you know, we don't convert on fourth downs. I mean, it's definitely disappointing, but, you know, I appreciate the work our players are putting in, but man, we got to put together a full 60 minutes, because, man, I know what they can accomplish.
Ira?
Jordan obviously didn't hit all his throws, but that throw late to Kentron was a big time throw, and the way he battled it, so you just talk more about that.
Yeah, I mean, he showed his heart, and, you know, it's tough. I mean, you're playing against, you know, the challenge for our offensive line, against that defensive front, for quarterback, for the rhythm, for the timing, you know, all those things, and, you know, he had to work tonight, and it was, you know, there were some throws he'd love to have back, some moments, you know, obviously, but, you know, so I just kept telling him on the sideline, is you just continue to go out there and play, just continue to be you, and you'll take what they're giving you. If opportunities, you know, present themselves for you to create something, then go create it. And you know, I thought that showed up there late. It was an unbelievable play, great catch by Kentron. I mean, you know, you see guys that are even in what are challenging situations that are rising up, and you know, it's just it's unfortunate with some of the things that we were able to do that we weren't able to come out with a victory here tonight.
All right, we got time for a couple more. We'll come to Hassan on the left.
Yeah, Coach, obviously, you know, you just mentioned a tough 3-game stretch, but season's still in front of you. What's your message to the you know, players right now, you know, for the rest of the season, with the bye week to, you know, rest and recover and get ready for the rest of the season?
I mean, it's continue to believe, continue to work. You know, the experiences that we have, I mean, they're all ours. And you know, ultimately, you know, you go one of two ways with it. Either you learn from the lessons, you apply them, you continue to push and allow that experience to grow, and then make the necessary corrections so that it doesn't cost you again. That it's not something that comes back, and it's everybody involved. It's not just players, it's coaches, all of us. We're all in this together as we're growing. And you know, it was a challenging stretch, and you know, for us to come up short on the last 3 games, I mean, it's sickening to me. And you know, I truly believed in each one of them that we would put ourselves in a position to win those games. And you know, I know our guys battled, but you know, you sit in that locker room, and I mean, it's like I said, I mean, it hurts. It hurts because I watch the way these guys work. I watch the way the staff works. I mean, the consistent, you know, the consistent investment. You know, we just have to continue to get better in the application of all those things for that 60-minute period. You know, when we're out there, and you know, when a bad play happens or something shows up that might have been unexpected, or you know, anything that can try to throw you off through the course of the game. You know, that's where we have to continue to get better, and that's where you can take those experiences and you can apply them and you grow from them, and that's what we need to do. You know, we need this bye week because we need to heal up. I mean, we got a lot of guys. You know, I thought you know Fabian tried here towards the back part of the week. You know, he's done so much in his his rehab to be able to put himself in a position, but you know, unfortunately after yesterday he just wasn't able to go. But I'm you know, hopeful that we'll have him back after this bye week. You know, Trayshawn, you know, same thing. And I mean, you go through our entire team. I mean, we've had a lot of guys that have had to battle. We had a couple of them that you know got banged up a little bit tonight, and you know, some guys have fought through, and you know, I just, like I said, I've got a lot of respect for the hearts and the toughness of this team. But we need this bye week, and you know, we're going to take advantage of the opportunity to get better, because that's what we have to do.
All right, we'll stay right there for Kurt.
The fake punt, were you going into that drive thinking if there was a fourth and somewhat reasonable, you may make that decision? I know that kind of thing could be a spark, and I guess the play call looked like maybe a few Clemson players were onto it, were kind of pointing out, thinking it might happen right before the snap.
I mean, it was, you know, we came up about a yard short. You know, I thought our guys, you know, you go into it, and you know, in that moment, I mean, there was a you know, big swing for those 4 minutes that we had just seen, and you know, the worst thing that could have happened would be a 3 and out, and you know, just get the ball back to them. And we're trying to provide a little bit of a spark, and you know, ultimately, I mean, the defense had to go out there, and you know, and had to respond. And, you know, they were put on a short field and, I believe held them to a field goal in that drive at that, and that kind of, you know, even with that, there was an opportunity to respond to another short field, and they did that, and they held them to a field goal. Obviously, you know, Clemson was able to get points on the board, but you know, we're just trying to create that play. You know, they did a good job of stopping it, but